everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is a Yoni Mood Mastery class. And so without further ado, we'll get right into it. Today's mastery class is on how to choose worship songs. How to choose worship songs. All right? Number one, pray and ask God. When you're preparing for a worship service, whether it's on a Sunday morning or whether it's an independent worship service, the most important thing to do is to ask God what it is He wants to say to His people. Ask Him, how He wants the interaction to go, what He wants to happen there, what message does He want people to get. That's number one, because ultimately He's orchestrating this thing. He should be leading this. And so if He is, you'll want to check with Him to find out what is it that you want people to hear? What is it that you want them to feel? God, what is it that you want them to ultimately leave that place with? Number two, you could follow the theme of the sermon. This is specifically for worship services that you're doing at a church, Sunday morning worship service or Wednesday evening Bible study. A lot of times the pastors will have a theme. And so what you can do is you can choose songs that are based on what that theme is. It helps to support the pastor and his message that he has planned, and it helps to prepare the hearts of the congregation to receive what it is the pastor is or the speaker is going to be talking about. Number three, read the Bible. That's a thought, huh? Just kidding. Reading the Bible does more than just help you choose worship songs. It actually helps to make sure that you have accurate theology, that you choose songs that contain accurate theology. There are a lot of songs out there, older songs, newer songs, and not all songs that are labeled Christian songs or gospel songs or good news contains accurate news. A lot of times songs can be created based simply off of the person's feelings about a situation. They're telling a story. They're recounting a story, but it doesn't guarantee that what they're saying is actually accurate information, that it's information that coincides and that lines up with the Word of God. And so you always want to make sure that any song that you choose has accurate theology. And the only way that you're really going to know that is not by recounting what somebody said or what a preacher said or what you've heard before, but actually reading the Bible for yourself, learning the Word for yourself so that you can be quality control where that worship song is concerned. Number four, consider the skill level of the band and the singers who are participating in the worship service with you. When you choose a song, a song can sound good, it can be amazing, it can be dynamite, but it's not going to go over well if your band is not able to accurately play the music, or if your singers are not going to be able to accurately sing the songs. Skill level is so important. You have to choose songs that are commensurate with the skill level of the team that you are working with. They can't be too hard, because then the quality of the music is not going to come through, and they don't need to be too easy either, because then your band and your singers will get bored very easily if their skill level is above the skill level of the songs that you're singing. Now, that's not a hard and fast rule. Sometimes the most simple songs can be the most beautiful, but this is just across the board, generally speaking, but not specifically in every situation, okay? And finally, number 5, know your congregation. Congregations are made up of people, and people are different. And sometimes the people that make up the congregation are from certain areas of the country or certain areas of the state or city. Consider whether or not you have an urban congregation or suburban congregation, or you might have a country congregation. It doesn't mean that just because you're from one place that you can't enjoy music from other places. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that is one of the things that you can consider when you're choosing worship songs. Because if you have a congregation, let's say that you're a youth leader and that you're doing worship for a youth group, then you're not going to be able to hold youth attention for the most part if you're singing older songs that they can't relate to. So again, consider your audience could be another way that I could put it. And it's not that you're tailoring worship towards people, that you're, seeker sensitive, but what you're doing is you want to make sure that whatever worship service that you design, that it is one in which the people will actually engage. It doesn't make sense for you to do something if like the youth service, if they're just going to stand there with their arms crossed and not participate. So it takes a balance. It's not easy, especially if you have a mixed congregation. You have older people, you have younger people, you have middle-aged people. You have to find a way to strike a balance, and it is not easy. And sometimes one of the best ways to do that is if you've got a worship set, and let's say you do 3 songs in a worship set, you have something that everybody can appeal to. Maybe the first song can be a more well-rounded, universal type song that most people, no matter what their age is, will like. And then you could then put a hymn in there. Again, you got to make sure that the theology is accurate and all that stuff. But, you stick a hymn in there, and then you could, for a third group, stick something in that usually appeals to, families or middle-aged people, whether they're married or single. And that could be, maybe a gospel song or a CCM song or whatever. But it's just, a way for you to gauge your audience, to make sure that, again, not that you're seeker sensitive and that you're trying to please people, but the point of corporate worship is that we corporately engage in worship. And so you want to make sure that you have songs that will do that. All right? That's it for this particular video. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. If you have any comments, please feel free to place them below. I love to read them. I love to interact. I hope this helped. And if there's any other video that you want me to do in and around this topic, please just let me know. All right? Thank you. Have a great day.